Well, this is a 1909 Model F Buick touring car. Approximately 18,000 of these were built in 1909. And the top speed on this car is probably, on a really good day downhill, it might be 30. Most of the time we drive around 25. That seems to be a comfortable speed to drive. The car itself was about $1,250 brand new. The windshield and the top were options. If you needed one of those, you had to buy those extra. The car itself has a 2-cylinder engine. The engine actually is underneath the car. It's not up front like most people think they should be up under the hood. Has a 2-speed transmission, but what we call a planetary transmission, which is like a Model T would have. Where most people think the engine should be is actually the gas tank. That's why the filler cap is here. The engine sits underneath the car. It's 2 cylinders opposed. It sits underneath the car, facing this way. And that's why also, if you look over here, this is where the crank goes in, right into this little, it runs through here. There's a support in here because the handle's that long, and you crank it from out here. But so most people think of the crank being in the front of the car, but that's because the engines are in the front of most cars. The other main feature that I can think of right now is this has a chain drive, like a bicycle chain, only a much heavier chain. A little more about the car. The headlights are gas lights. You have on the running board, you have a generator that generates acetylene, and that's what they burn. This is the generator that generates the gas for the headlights. There should be a couple of hoses on here. I didn't put them on because I don't drive the car at night anyway. These are side lights, just driving lights. These are kerosene. They have a wick, and you can adjust the wick for how bright you want it to be. This is a coil box. It has the buzzer type coils, like most people are familiar maybe with a Model T. There's one for each cylinder, and it's a 2-cylinder car, so it has 2 coils in there. Most people think of this as a feature that a car from the 50s might have, but this actually has a tilt steering wheel, so you can adjust it to whatever position you want. Also makes it easier to get in and out. You got a little more room here to get through it. The 3 pedals, here's your brake pedal over here. That's interesting too because it's on the left side, and most of the time when you're not used to a car like this, you don't think of your left foot as a brake foot. This is the low gear, the middle gear, or middle pedal, and this is reverse. And so you start out, you depress this pedal, and the car starts moving. When you get moving and faster than a little 10 miles an hour, then you can push this lever ahead and release that pedal, and now you're in high gear. And then you can drive up to whatever speed you're comfortable with. The clock is original. This is a wind-up clock. It still works. I don't have it wound up right now, but it still works. No problem with that. And the levers up here, most people ask about those. This one is the throttle. This is a hand throttle. This is your foot accelerator, but you can also operate it with this. And this one is the spark advance. As you go faster, you need to advance your spark to make the engine run right. In modern cars, that's all done automatically for you. But this one, you just move it down as you're driving. The faster you go, the further you move it, and so on. And of course, we've got the bulb horn, the squeeze bulb horn. Right now, this one is a little bit anemic. It's out of adjustment, and they're very, very difficult to tune them in right. And my experience is the more you mess with them, the more you screw them up. So better just to leave it alone if it isn't working. You can replace it with a reed inside of here that makes that noise. The wheels, wooden spoke wheels, which you don't see on modern cars anymore. They work just fine. Don't have any problems with them. We drive it a lot. We do tours, 2 or 3 tours every summer with it. Most of the tours are in the neighborhood of 200 to 400 miles in over a 3 or 4 day period. Our longest trip in any one day was 125 miles.